Question. Chapter 8. 1. The news in the newspapers is generally A. To the point. B. Somewhat changed. C. Completely changed. D. None of these. Answer B. 2. Decent journalists and responsible editors are not pleased with present affairs. A. True. B. Not true. C. Cannot be said. D. None of these. Answer A. 3. The press enjoys the A. Boldness of public. B. The helplessness of the public. C. Idleness of the public. D. None of these. Answer B. 4. The editorial policy of a popular daily is controlled by A. 2 chief factors. B. 3 chief factors. C. 4 chief factors. D. None of these. Answer A. 5. No widely circulated newspaper dares support a public policy due to vested interest of A. The government. B. Editor. C. Reporter. D. Advertisers. Answer D. 6. A big circulation spells bankruptcy if the paper has to depend on A. The sales. B. Advertisers. C. Sellers. D. None of these. Answer A. 7. The policy of a newspaper is largely determined by A. The government. B. The public. C. The proprietor. D. None of these. Answer C. 8. The author has given the forms of misrepresentation. They are A. 5. B. 4. C. 7. D. 6. Answer D. 9. Dorothy L. Sayers was born in A. 1863. B. 1873. C. 1883. D. 1893. Answer D. 10. She died in A. 1967. B. 1957. C. 1977. D. 1987. Answer B. 11. She was educated at A. Cambridge. B. Oxford. C. Both. D. None of these. Answer B. 12. In democracy, the freedom of press is A. Not necessary. B. Necessary. C. Dangerous. D. None of these. Answer B. 13. Freedom of press is restricted during A. Peace. B. War. C. Epidemic. D. None of these. Answer B. 14. The state is the A. Master of the people. B. Servant of the people. C. Exploiter of the people. D. None of these. Answer B. 15. The heaviest restriction upon the freedom of public opinion is A. Official. B. Unofficial. C. Both. D. None of these. Answer B. 16. How free is the press is written by A. Mahatma Gandhi. B. H.E. Bates. C. Dorothy L. Sayers. D. Dr. Zakir Hussain. Answer C. 17. Dorothy L. Sayers has written the lesson A. I have a dream. B. How free is the press? C. The earth. D. A child is born. Answer B. 18. Censorship is imposed during A. Election. B. Peaceful time. C. Emergency. D. None of these. Answer C. 19. CASA are careful not to antagonize the press. A. Doctors. B. Traders. C. Teachers. D. Politicians. Answer D. 20. The is not the master but the servant of the people. A. State. B. Government. C. Village. D. District. Answer A. 21. African fair press is the true watch of democracy. A. Cat. B. Bird. C. Dog. D. None of these. Answer A. 22. The first chief source of a newspaper's revenue is A. Donation. B. Debt. C. Grant by the government. D. Advertisement. Answer D. 23. The press is under ordinary conditions singularly free. A. European. B. British. C. Indian. D. Chinese. Answer B. 24. The second chief source of a newspaper's revenue is A. Debt. B. Donation. C. The wealth of owner. D. Grant by the government. Answer C. 25. The .o can make or break reputation. A. Teacher. B. Press. C. Man. D. None of these. Answer B. 26. The editorial policy of a popular daily is controlled by Oregon chief factors. A. 1. B. 2. C. 3. D. 4. Answer B. The earth.
That boy sus. Get the pump, that's a must. I don't trust. I'm cool, okay, I'm cool.